So here we are, take two. Take two. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. So, let's see here. This is really going to get irritating after a while. This is going to get irritating after a while if it doesn't get fixed. So, we are back. We are back, and hopefully people will find us. Where are we? We are in SVDM. Let's go SVDM. Cool little airport. Gotta open me YouTube again. Alright, there we are. We're live. Alright, now let's hope SVDM TNCB. Let's hope that this problem is resolved. Yeah, and hey, thanks for stopping, dude. I really apologize. I wish I could. I mean, I think it's the VPN and the fact that I didn't start the VPN at the same time or before I started the stream. I think that's the problem. But thank you so much for dropping by, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And we'll see you next time, my friend. Let's see here. All right, SVDM 2, but we're good. So let's go flying. Yes. Yeah. The Flight Sim podcast. That would be kind of funny. So presumably everything's working. And it kind of worked out because I just had to take a phone call. So if now it doesn't have any problems, then I'm 100,000% sure that it's my ISP that's throttling my whatchamacallit, my connection, and I'm going to be really irritated with them. So let's go. We'll turn all this good stuff off. So hopefully we still got some humans with us. Let's see. So I was my latest story. I was driving my car the other day, and it started making a really loud noise. The muffler, the clamp that holds the muffler, came off, and I guess Audis are pretty loud if you don't have a muffler. Rotating beacon on, mixtures and props full forward. Master and battery switches on. Fuel pumps on. Fuel valves are open. Let's go. Mags on number 1. Take a look outside. Make sure there's nobody to kill or maim. And then let's give it a try here. Give it some throttle. Good start on the right. Oil pressure is good. Left prop is clear. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I hope this works this time. Good start. Oil pressure is good. We're going to go mags to both. Close that. We'll go fuel pumps off. We'll go master and avionics master on. Lean the mixtures for taxi. Kashif Khan is still here. We like to hear that. I'm so irritated with this. Nope, it's doing it again. So what happened was when I updated the NVIDIA app the other day, like a week and a half ago, it quote-unquote optimized my OBS studio, and by optimized I mean ruined. That's where this whole problem is from. Alright, it's gonna be about 300 on the heading. Yeah, the thing is, Mike, in good old capitalist United States, we only have one internet service provider in any area. I can't tell whether it is the ISP or whether it's just the stupid program got whether OBS got messed up by the NVIDIA beta app. In any event, all I know is up until a week ago everything was working just fine, and I didn't touch anything, I didn't change anything, and now it's not working, which is not good. Hopefully, no, it's doing it again. This is really gonna get on my nerves very quickly. This is going to get on my nerves very quickly. Parched Booch 820. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. I mean, I guess there's really nothing I can do right now. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. One of the two. The weird thing is it doesn't show any dropped frames right now. But I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, mixtures pops full forward. Flaps are set. Fuel pumps are on. Pose on the brakes. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed's alive. That was a cool little airport. This is the second time I've hit Buckman in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, it's weird because you'd figure in the US, of all places, we would have choice, but we don't. So, anyway, drop the nose here, a little bit of, look at how cool that is. Bring the power back just a little bit. You haven't seen any stutters so far? Cool. It doesn't say that it's dropping frames, but let me know in the chat if it starts doing it again. So Mike Coffee is not your name. It's your preference for beverage. Did I put the flaps up? No, I put the flaps down. See, I'm flustered now. I have been flustered by my technical difficulties. So that's the thing that really bugs me, is that for how long this thing never had any problems, and now all of a sudden it's like, alright, good. Alright, now let's go about 230. So barista virus is high. It's just irritating because I'm trying to have fun with you guys and this thing is not cooperating. And I swear I streamed. It's showing me this. I streamed for 3 hours yesterday with no problem at all. I mean, I streamed to myself. I didn't actually stream to anybody. Nobody was watching except for me. But anyway, let's just hope that this continues to do the trick. So Bonaire. This is actually a cool. I like flying the 737 in here. Is that the that's the Duke, no, Kashif? You saw when I was streaming? That's funny. The TV. Did they get? Oh, for the is that for the black? What is it? The black square version. All right. Let's see. Coming up on 3,000 feet. Certainly kind of performing like the flaps are still down, but they're not. Hey, Deuce, what's going on? I am doing very well. How are you doing? Aside from the fact that my stream is being irritating sometimes. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Let's go 3,000. This is still, what, 80 miles? I probably could. Do we have a tailwind? We do have a tailwind. If we have a tailwind, I'm going to climb. Yeah, we got a tailwind. Let's go 5,500. Or 4,500, considering the fact that we're going westbound. Let's go 4,500. So, props back in, power back up. And let's start leading the mixtures. How are you doing, Deuce? And if I'm mispronouncing your name, my apologies. Feel free to correct me. Deus Criollo. Yeah, I'm doing well, Deus. The only thing is my I've been having streaming troubles. That's the only thing that's been a little irritating. But let's see. There's 4,000 climbing 4,500. It's amazing what I am glad to hear that, brother. I'm glad to hear that. It's 4,200. They need to upgrade the TBM like this dude. So I get it, it's weird to me that they kind of took planes that were already made and like modded them and resold. But I've heard nothing but good things about the black square. The black square planes. There's 4,500. Let's bring the power back a little bit. Props back. No, that's not that kind of streaming problem. You know what I've been drinking a lot of is coconut water. I love coconut water. Very good for you. Yeah, Davis, it looks unbelievable. I'm gonna go with. Is it Deuce or Deus? Or neither of the two? Yeah, the 777 looks unreal. I mean, I watched I don't know if you saw the. They did another trailer today that they released, and it just looks. I think one of the things I'm looking forward to the most about that airplane is the cockpit, just having that big of a cockpit to move around it. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be moving around in it, but it's like, it's cavernous compared to the 737. It's like massive compared to the 737. Deus, is that correct? I forget which one I said first. Sorry, this is not a model of competence here today, but we're trying. We're trying. Let's see, a little bit of rudder trim, a little bit more nose down. Yeah, see, you get up a little higher, you're gonna get some more. You can get some more tailwind. That's good for you, Davis. Gotcha, awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate your patience. There's 23, 23. I probably bring the props up just a little bit. 23, 23. We are leaned out. Are we leaned out? Not quite sure. Let's keep leaning, keep an eye on the EGTs. I'm amazed at how well how good the flight model of this airplane is, considering it hasn't been updated in like 2 years. I mean, the flight model for this airplane is great. Of course, the flight model doesn't help if you're flying in the wrong direction. So, track is, okay. There we are. Here we are. See, it's a lot more stable. The stream is a lot more stable with the VPN. So, yeah, it is a great airplane. Kind of. That's one of the, you know, between this and the PMDG 737, you always know when you get in the plane, it's just gonna work like it always does. There's nothing weird about it. Nothing that you have to like, you know, with the look at that FA-18 with the oh, the FSR 500. That's supposed to be a cool plane too. But like, there's nothing you have to hope is gonna work with this airplane. You know, it always flies nice and true. It's really cool. Deus, my problem is I just don't have enough time to. I'm glad, Peter. Appreciate that. Yeah, I swear, I think it's my my internet server or my internet service provider who is messing with my connection. Jason, I fly with American Virtual Airlines, AmericanVA.net, and they're great. I think that's what it is, AmericanVA.net. Yeah, that's the FSR 500 is the Piper 500. Yeah, so the one I fly the 737 with is AmericanVA.net, and it's a really, really well run VA, like really well run. It's unbelievable how much work is involved, and they do a great job. And I can't wait to start doing 777 flights. So I can do 777 flights out of Miami. The flamenco livery for the Islander. Have you looked on FlightSim.to, Kenneth? Because that's really the only place I look. And there's that. Just had to get some coconut water in me there. Jason, so Jason, are you a jet guy or no? And are you thinking the 737 or the 777? The cool thing about the 777 is you can really do anything with it. There are a lot of shorter routes. There are hour-long routes in the 777. I think in a lot of ways the 777 is going to be easier to fly than the 737 because it's more automated. Like, for example, if you're flying an ILS in the 777, you don't have to tune the radios. It automatically tunes them. Mike's so excited he's not kidding. But Kenneth, I would suggest FlightSim.to. That's really the only place I ever look for anything. Okay. I don't know. Air Flamenco is out of Bonaire, is it not? now that we are flying to Bonaire. But yeah, that. Anyway, what I was saying what I was saying today was, I just don't have the time to because I really like to be kind of realistic. I mean, as realistic as possible as possible with the planes that I fly, and so I really like to take some time to learn them, and I just don't have enough time to learn planes satisfactorily enough. I mean, some people just hop in the plane and fire it up and go, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just I like kind of getting a little in depth. Culebra is I think. Oh, Flamenco. There was another one out of Bonaire that's similar. Has a similar name. I flew it one time. I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is. Air Flamenco. Air Flamenco. Let me make sure I spell it right, which would help. What am I doing? What's my name? How do you spell it? I spelled it wrong. No wonder I can't find it. Flamenco. Yeah. Oh no, there's a request for it. There's a couple requests for it. Am I crashing yet? No. Good. I have found it for you. Kenneth. There you are, good sir. Start a study level 777 group. I'm game. I'm game. I'm gonna dig through that plane. I'm gonna dig through that plane like it's crazy. I was telling Bob earlier today. Oh, you're welcome, Kenneth. Oh, Deus, I am completely psyched for Flight Sim 2024. I think it's gonna be awesome. I really am. I really do. And Mike, I completely agree. Automated flying, not into that. I totally. I mean, I guess it depends, right? It depends on what you're doing. But like, I don't even know if this plane has an autopilot. I guess it does, but I've never used it, never will. But I enjoy flying the 777 too, or the 737 rather. Yeah, Deus, I'm all over Flight Sim 24 when it comes out. I mean, Jason, I wouldn't say I've ever mastered. That's kind of the beautiful thing about flying is you can never master it. Like, there's always more to learn. But I definitely lean towards spending more time learning about a plane than kind of goofing around. I mean, one of the cool things about like avionics, like the G3000 or the G1000, is especially if you're flying. Like, I mean, I could get in basically any piston airplane and be fine. I wouldn't really feel like I needed to learn that too much because they're all very, very similar. But things like, more complex airplanes, it's different. Oh, yeah, Kenneth, that's that'll do it. I have the same setup. Mine is on my D drive too. But I was telling Bob earlier that this is how detailed PMDG is with their aircraft. They model. So when you start boarding the airplane, when you start boarding passengers onto the airplane, onto the 737, they model how the change in air temperature from adding passengers, because obviously, you know, if you have a whole room, you know, a whole bunch, you know, 200 human beings stuffed into a little compartment, it's going to heat up. So they model how that heating of the air in the passenger cabin affects the systems of the airplane. Like, it is insane the level of detail they go into. It's absolutely insane. Magnum PI, I was asking about you earlier. How you doing? It's good to see you. I mean, PMDG is just, they're crazy. Really, really amazing. A2, yeah, the old Aerostar. The Aerostar is a pretty wild airplane in real life. That thing is fast. I think it's the fastest twin engine. It's a piston, no? I'm fairly certain it's a piston. But the Aerostar is the fastest piston twin in the world, or fastest piston twin ever made, I think. It is very fast. But I guess the owner of A2A had to land his with the gear up, and that caused some problems. That's the thing about the Aerostar, though. It's not just another twin. It's really, really fast. I mean, I guess like what I was saying before, like, you know, if you can fly one piston twin, you can. It's not going to be that much of a challenge to fly different ones. But it's a cool plane. I mean, especially if they model it really, really well, which A2A will, you know. So it's going to be a cool airplane. I don't know. We went through a period, it seemed like, where they came out with a new heritage military plane. Like every 3 days there was like all these like World War II trainers coming out, and it was like one after another, and it's like, okay, those are kind of niche airplanes. They're not really that fascinating, but twins I think are different. Look at that. I mean, look at this. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, the Aerostar is definitely faster than the Piston Duke. No question about it. I want to look up this cruise speed of the Piston Aerostar. Aerostar 600 cruise speed, 268 knots, 261 knots. Now I gotta ask myself, Aerostar 600. What is the fastest? Yeah, the Aerostar 600 is the fastest piston twin in the world. I was fairly certain about that one. Yeah, Kenneth, I think they're going to include a lot of things in 24 that they didn't in 2020. I never understood why, if they knew how to do, like on Xbox, they have basically the same thing as the Auto FPS program. And they were asked about it in one of the dev streams, and they said that it never occurred to them to put it on the PC version. Like, I don't understand why, if you have a feature that could give people better performance, why you wouldn't include it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But they did. That's what they did. Yeah, Bob Hoover. Bob Hoover also did the. Which one was that? The. Can't remember. The Twin Commander, the Aero Commander. That's the other one that Bob Hoover flew. Yeah, so you're absolutely right, Magnum. They originally planned on making the Aerostar a jet, I'm pretty sure. And it was basically a project. I forget who did it. Um, but it was like a individual project that somebody was working on, and Piper bought it. Yes, Mr. Anderson. Yes, that was exactly it. The Commander is, I think, the one he flew. I've seen a couple of those videos on YouTube, but I've never watched one of them. I'm not really into aerobatics. You probably noticed that. Mr. Anderson, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Yeah, this is my kind of flying as opposed to aerobatics. Lock band, bring up the rear. 737. Yeah, I like straight and level flight. I like going places in airplanes. I don't really like aerobatics. They don't interest me very much. They don't interest me at all, really. Oh, no way, Mike. Is he Canadian? Tell me he's Canadian. I don't think he's Canadian. When did Bob Hoover die? Because he's been in the news recently. Maybe from dying. No, he died 7 years ago. 8 years ago. Oh, Rockwell Commander is a sweet plane. There was a guy who had a hangar. My old plane, I used to have a hangar on the other side of the airport where I am now, and I had to go through this big hangar to get to my little hangar. And in that big hangar, there was a guy who was probably in his 70s who had a Rockwell Commander. And I think he told me he used to fly it to, I'm in New York, central New York, and he used to fly it to Vermont or New Hampshire to see his daughter and his grandkids, and that thing was sweet. I agree with you, Rockwell Commander, Mr. Anderson. That would be a cool plane. I know A2A is into the Aerostar because the guy owned one. We'll see how big a following it gets in the sim. I'm not sure, really. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, right? Yeah. He did trash it, and that's well. I guess they're still making them. I take it back. They're still making them. I was gonna say, like, I hate when you see a movie and they're trashing old cars that you know are never going to be replaced. You know. And I think my VPN theory has been confirmed at this point. So I'm checking my email again to see if I have the 777. I don't. Make sure I don't crash. I'm 200 feet above my altitude. That's not good. Alright, let's have a look in my PMDG account. Nothing. Okay. Oh well. Oh, really, Mike? I didn't know that. The Aerostar comes out before 24. I think I think they're kind of close for the Aerostar, no? I think they're close-ish. Bach band. So on autopilot we keep almost crashing because there has Oh, really? Let's see, so in autopilot we keep almost crashing. It's just a 3 or 4 second time lapse on the interwest from New York to Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island must be beautiful, as a side note. Yeah, holy cow. That is beautiful. Wow. Buckman, is it as beautiful in real life as it looks in the pictures? Oh, I love spending money, Mike. I'm good at it. Yeah, I'm good at it. Oh, that was the other thing I found out from that kid's stream that I watched yesterday, that I was talking about earlier. Apparently, he just writes to these developers, and he's like, "Hey, I think he has like 9,000 followers, which is about the same I have." And he just writes to these different developers and asks them for their products, and they send them to him. I mean, which is good, I guess. But I never thought about doing that. 13 miles, I can start making my descent here. So he just writes to these people like, "Hey, can you send me your thing?" And they send it to him. So, Buckman, it looks stunning. It looks stunning. One of my best friends lives in Portland, and he loves Portland. It's got to be relatively close to you, no? Let's see. Well, I guess it's not that close. Let's see here. Your house is for sale. It was. That's funny. Yeah, Mike, that's what I'm talking about. I like him. He's a nice kid. He's got a good spiel. I'll tell you what, like, I think in general, West Coast Portland, Oregon. I think in general, like, kids are so much, kids, I mean, he's 16, 16, I guess, I think is what he said. But he's very savvy, like, in his operation of his YouTube channel. I'm very unsavvy. I just fly around and make videos. But yeah, I was just like I said, I was finishing up some work yesterday, and at like 10 o'clock at night, and I saw him streaming, and I was like, I'm gonna check him out. So what do we have? What do we have? We have runway. What do we have? Runway 10. Winds are 09018, QNH 1008. And let's go here. Why was that on? Oh, I don't think I reset it. That's a pretty low altimeter setting. 10082977. That's pretty low. Portland, Maine. Maine is somewhere that Mrs. IslandSimPilot really wants to go. I wouldn't mind going to Maine. But it's not like, I don't think I'm going to feel like my life isn't complete if I don't go to Maine. But she really wants to go to Maine, which means I'm going to Maine. Yeah. Exactly what you got, Mike. And we're providing a semi-professional experience here. But man, Alice is a busy dude. He's got like all kinds of screen stuff and sharing pictures and videos. I'd get confused. Seems like a really nice kid though. And it's cool to see, like, it's cool to see young people think flying is cool. I think if I had had this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator when I was 16, there's absolutely no question whatsoever that I would have been an airline pilot. I wanted to be an airline pilot anyway. I just kind of got distracted for about 20 years. But that happens. It happens. So, look at this. Ah, that's the MU2. That is a sweet plane right there. That is a sweet plane. That is a very underrated airplane, in my opinion, the MU2. That is an extraordinarily fast airplane. That is an extraordinarily fast airplane. Be our sim pilot, don't watch me for professionalism. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we all have our limitations, you know. Looking beautiful out here. I can probably push my mixtures forward right now. Hans Boone is on the ground. That MU, I haven't. That's probably the first MU2 I've seen flying, just kind of bombing around in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Never see that airplane, and I think that's a cool airplane. That is a cool airplane. Let's go. I don't know why I just went mixtures full or props full forward, but I did. I think I just tried to put my gear up. Shows you the level of competence you're dealing with. I did not notice that. Let's see here. Oh, Flight Expo. I think I'm gonna go next year. I thought about it, but is anybody else going? I'm not going. It would be interesting. It'd be interesting for sure. Oh, okay, that's a little better. Not really into Vegas too much, but alright. Let's see, who are we cutting off? This is a cool island. Alright, mixtures are possible forward, fuel pumps are on now. Flaps are set. What just happened to my aeroplane? Whoa! I was gonna say that's Buckman. Okay. Let's not get too excited here. So I have the payware version of this airplane because we need Higgins. Higgy baby. I have the payware version of this airport because I like to fly jets here. Do I have 4 reds on the right side? I think I do. I think I do. He just died recently too, actually, Higgins, I think. Alright, let's try and make ourselves a respectable landing here. How are we supposed to land the 777 if we can't land a, Avmar, how are you? I am not. The only reason I'm not using it is because I'm streaming, so when I stream I run a pretty basic setup. Just because I don't want anything going goofy. But loss of scaling is the bomb. Loss of scaling is amazing. It really is. Okay, now you can start descending, airplane. Thank you. This is another cool airport, in my opinion. Because I love any landing right over water. It makes me happy. Displace threshold. Alright, let's make a respectable landing here. Power coming out. Power is out. I mean, if you can't land this one well, you got no business flying. Right on center line, there we go. And here we are. That's a WestJet. I wonder if that's got to be real traffic, no? Should I come over? I should probably come over to. Oh, I'll come right here. I was gonna say I'll come over to GA parking. Yeah, Admiral. I just don't. I don't run. I run a very basic setup when I'm streaming, just because I don't want anything to get goofy, which tends to happen anyway in my streams. But that's another plan. I love the Grand Caravan. I really love the Grand Caravan, and I can't give you a decent answer as to why I haven't flown it more than I have. I think I did like 2 flights in that airplane in my life. That MU2 right there is sweet. Is that somebody who's with us in the stream? Or is that just somebody who's there because they're in the everybody group? Yes, I do, Kenneth. I do have FS Realistic Pro, and I think it's a cool program. I'm going to pull up right here alongside the MU2. FS Realistic Pro is a really cool program. Alright, mixtures idle. Cutoff throttles are idle. Go. Parking brake on. Lights off. Avionics master off. Flaps are up. Fuel pumps are off. Mags coming off. Do. And then master and battery switches off. Then we'll come over here. We go chocks on. Boarding steps, and then let's open our doors and let's take a look outside here. That is a very underrated airplane, and I flew it a couple. I did a demo flight, a demo video. It's a cool plane. It flies very, very nice. If you're asking about the MU2 Magnum, yeah, that's a payware, but it's only like $10 or something stupid like that, and it's so cheap. Look at this. Wait a minute. Whoopsie. You guys see that? What the heck's going on here? What is that? I'm like, is somebody using like GSX or whatever that is, and we actually get to see it too? Hey Hans, thank you. Thank you. Avmar, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would be. You'd be able to run flight sim pretty well with that. Do you guys? I literally can't believe this. What's going on over here? Now I gotta hold on. Watch this. That is crazy. Oh sure, now they're all disappearing. Come on, camera. What is? I mean, that's the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. Look at that. Am I seeing things? Virtue Sim, what's going on, Mike? How are you doing? I think my come on, joystick. There we go. Mike, I saw you were streaming the other day. Was it yesterday? And I caught a part of it. Look at this. Oh, this is hysterical. But is it? I wonder. Is this somebody else who's like actually using GSX or no? Because it's really pretty cool. And I like the WestJet livery too. Actually, by the way. Yeah, GSX Pros. I've never done. I've never looked into that too much. GSX Pro, but this is the Bonaire Airport, which is pretty cool in and of itself. You know, Mike, I've had a couple in a row now that I've had just drop frames like crazy, and I think I figured it out. My ISP is messing with my connection to YouTube, which is really pretty irritating. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty cool airport, I think. You know, pretty cool stuff. Um, Woman in the blue sweater is also in the Kodiak. Oh, you crack me up. Yeah, Shmarkash, that's what I was saying. Like, I can't believe that. Like, I was shocked that we actually can see it. It like blows my mind. Where are they going? I guess they don't want to fly. There's the professor right there. That guy. No smoking. That was good advice. So what happens? They just walk out, walk back in. Um, yeah, the I saw that GSX Pro with the people in their seats. That's pretty crazy. Um, yeah, Admiral, I've heard the same thing. I've heard the same thing that I mean, if you look at the preview, the trailer videos for Flight Sim 24, they have a lot of ground stuff going on and passengers loading and like I think of they're gonna do a lot of stuff standard that used to be pay in the sim, like just like weather in Flight Sim 2020. Like you don't need to buy a weather program. You can if you want to, but you don't need to. You know. I want to follow these people. Whoopsie. Let's see. Where you going? Whoopsie. All right. Well, yeah. You can tell who doesn't spend very much time playing with a joystick in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But look at this. It amazes me how well they do these airports. These This must be part of the scenery. This must be part of the airport. Yeah, Kashif. Yeah, that just dawned on me. It took me about 20 minutes to figure that out. But it is cool. Look at this. Look at this guy's talking to nobody. Look at this. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I love it. Um, from Armenia, Elon Musk. Yeah, that would be. That's not surprising to hear, Avmar. Um, so you can't like VPN it and get it that way? Probably not. But really, this is a pretty sweet airport. Kashif, awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And Mike, it was good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while. So you've clearly also been to if you know that the people are walking in and out all day long, you've clearly got this airport too. It's a cool airport. This one's good. Aruba's good. Curacao is good, and we're gonna see all of them. So A400. That's a cool plane. That's a cool plane. Yeah, exactly, Magnum. Phew, I spent a lot of money on sceneries. But why not? What else are you gonna do? Not spend money on sceneries, I guess. So, there you go. Um, yeah, Shmarkash, I mean, the ATC is appalling. I mean, the ATC is appalling. They have to be able to do something between the level of Beyond ATC and the level of Microsoft Flight Simulator stock ATC because it has to be better. I think what they did with the stock ATC to begin with was they tried to make it simple, and by doing that, they made it horrible. You know, this whole continue for west departure, like there is no such thing as continue for west departure. Like if you're airborne, you're departing already. You've departed. It just makes no sense. And the way they did that was just gibberish. Um, you know, and I don't know how many actual pilots they had involved in the development of this sim, but ATC is just awesome. It is just awful. And Avmar, I totally agree. I love VATSIM. I love VATSIM. I'm coming up on 1,500 hours in VATSIM. VATSIM is the bomb. VATSIM is great. That's not what I meant to do. Ah, there they come. Back to Canada. No, no, no. They're not going back to Canada. Yeah, but I mean, they need to come up with something better than the stock ATC. They really do. There's no excuse for the ATC being that bad. But um, gentlemen, I think it's time for my. Speaking of departures, we'll wrap up the rest of my day. And yeah, it was a good stream. And I think I figured out that my ISP is throttling my connection to YouTube, so I have to remember to use the VPN. The other thing is I'm gonna stream on Friday at 4 o'clock because no 2 o'clock. Friday at 2 o'clock is the official time when the NDA is released for those of us who have early access to the 777. So I believe it's 2 o'clock my time on Friday. I can stream the 777 if I have it by then. Mr. Anderson, we figured out it's an animated part of the scenery. I was blown away for a second there. I figured it was going to. I figured that was GSX, but it's not. It's part of the scenery. And yeah, tell Barista Flyer to get his acting gear. Come on, come on. So hopefully I'll get my hands on. Uh, Hopefully I'll get my hands on the 777 before Friday, but we'll see. We shall see. But like I said, Friday is the day. Friday at 1800, I believe they said. So I will post that as soon as I can. And I don't know if I'll be able to fly it or not. Like I don't know if I'll be capable of flying it or not. But we'll at least like look around in it and sit in it, and you know. But yeah, Friday is 777 day, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Say Intentions AI. Mike, which one do you like better, Say Intentions or Beyond ATC? That I would like to know. Yeah, let me look and make sure what time they told us we can do it. I am itching to get that airplane. Let's see. Let's see. When was it? No. 777. Don't mind me. Okay, here we go. July 21st at 1800 GMT. Oh, that's right, Mike. I remember you saying that actually. Hey, Kenneth, absolutely. My pleasure. FS HUD for ATC. Um, there probably is Magnum. What time is it? UTC right now. It is 2100. Oh, it's almost 2200. So, yeah, 2 p.m. on Friday. 2 p.m. on Friday. So 2 p.m. on Friday, it is 777 time if I have it by then. So hopefully we will. But I will keep you guys in the loop. And in the meantime, thank you for your patience earlier. Glad this stream is finally smoothed out. But thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for joining and flying along. Appreciate it. Magnum, Smartcash, Mike, good to see you again. Kenneth, Avmar, welcome aboard. Avmar, if you want to hop in the Discord, we fly Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And Vince, Beyond ATC is good, but it relies on airport data, not Navigraph data. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. Um, yeah, I've seen that error. I've seen that error, Avmar. I don't know what the solution is, but yeah, everybody, Buckman, Bob, Smartcash, Mike, Avmar, Vince, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Magnum PI, and we got Kenneth. We got Mr. Anderson joined us today as well. Magnum PI, Kashif, thank you for joining again. Appreciate it. And we had some other new people earlier. Who did we have? We had Deus was here earlier. And Jason, thank you as well for stopping in. Yeah, it was a good flight. D-Dog was here earlier. D-Dog's out running. I don't know why anybody would run on purpose, but hey, to each their own. All right, guys, I really appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. Peter, thank you as well for dropping in. Really appreciate it. And UN was here earlier. Hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah, Mike, I know you were busy with some stuff for a while, so good to see you back, brother. All right, guys, we will talk between now and Friday. As soon as I get the 777, I'll definitely let you guys know that I have it, and we're looking forward to Friday. Do some flying in the 777. So, hope you guys are doing well, and thank you again so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys soon. All right, take care, guys.